Eboni, Madison, Cotie, thank you so much for your time. We will open up the floor for questions.
Hi, Brandon McKay, Columbus Dispatch. I first want to start. Cotie, Chance was talking about yesterday a message that you sent to. I first want to ask, was it to the whole team? And second, can you just talk about that message that you sent to them?
Yeah, it was to the whole team, and I kind of just said basically just leave it all out there. Nobody wants to go home first round or second, but I just said let's make it out of here. And let's just give it our all. We're capable of a lot, and just make sure that I instilled confidence in the team, and yeah.
And it's for all you. Over the past few seasons, you guys have met up with Tennessee. Now you have them in the NCAA tournament. Just how are you looking forward to this matchup, and what are you expecting?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. They're a great team, just like they have been in the past, so we're excited. I think we've been preparing pretty well, this past day for them, so I think we'll be prepared as much as we can be tomorrow.
Thomas Costello, Langer and Holy Land. How different are you seeing your press compared to Tennessee's press in the tape?
Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of similarities more than differences. I feel like they're very aggressive. So are we. I feel like they trap really well. So do we. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's much difference. Yeah.
Eboni, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're an athletic team. I think that's what makes our press what it is as well. I think what makes ours a little different is just more of our camaraderie and how we've kind of practiced it for a little longer. So we kind of have a little bit better of a flow. But what makes theirs good is that they kind of work with each other in a sense, and it's whoever can get there the fastest type thing. So I'm excited for it. I think that we have a pretty good offense that will help us get fast and transition points. So I'm excited for the game, I think, especially with them pressing as well.
And Tennessee, the players have talked about how much they get motivated by the other team getting tired. But now they're playing a team where you have all been very well conditioned over the last few years to play in this style of game and go up against this style of defense. How crucial is that conditioning now that you're in March Madness, and how are you all feeling going into the game?
I think it's very crucial, not only because it's March Madness, but also they sub 5-5. So, as soon as the 1-5 gets tired, there's another 5 coming in. So it's like fresh legs. They always have fresh legs. But I feel like for us, we're used to having to play tired. I mean, we don't sub 5-5. So we've had to grind it out through tiredness and through exhaustion. So I feel like that's what's prepared us for this moment, for this game specifically, and March Madness in general.
Us, Cotie, and well, any of you, but Cotie in particular, I don't know if you guys popped your head out or came out into the stands to watch the second game, but as you looked out there, Tennessee, it seemed, had about a 2 to 3 inch advantage across the board on South Florida, just their length. You've played some long teams this year, some taller teams. Just how do you think that'll impact your ability to get into the paint and finish some plays in the lane, beating the press, all those different kind of aspects when you're going against a longer team like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've expanded my game, as everybody can see. So it's not really a problem for me. If I'm not getting into the lane or if I'm not capable, I'll shoot the pull-up or 3 or kick the ball out. I mean, I don't think their height will affect us as much. We have a lot of people who can do a lot of things, especially when we're not thriving inside, just moving the ball, because eventually we'll get an easy shot. So I think if we make the easy plays and make the right reads, we'll be fine.
This is for any of you. Coach always talks a lot about this year, playing really consistent for all 40 minutes, playing defense. How well did you guys think you did of that yesterday? And if you didn't do well, what do you guys have to do differently against Tennessee to kind of win the game?
Yeah, I think in the first half we did okay, but we could have done way better. I feel like once we came out in the third quarter, I think that's when the game really started to flow, and we really were pushing on offense and getting fast breaks and stuff like that. And I feel like it carried on in the fourth quarter as well. So I feel like we need to just have more of a full game. We did well yesterday, but just playing against Tennessee, we're going to need more of that.
Can't hope from 11 Warriors. For any of you, the Ohio State football team welcomed Tennessee to campus a few months ago, got a playoff win over them. Do you all draw any inspiration from that, kind of wanting to keep that Ohio State over Tennessee going?
It's basketball. That's it.
For you, Cotie, you've talked about the defensive approach. Obviously, it's a Tennessee team. It's one of the highest scoring teams in the country. What do you think it will take for you all to be able to slow them down on the defensive end?
I mean, just staying poised. I mean, I feel like our 22 will slow them down a little bit. I mean, they do the pressing. Not sure if they've been pressed as much as we press. And then also just making sure that our defense is where it needs to be. Today, that was our focus, but making sure that we just carry that on into the game, and we'll be fine.
No, I'll also add, I think, from the 3 years that I've been here and stuff like that, and just the Ohio State way, I think we have our pride and joy and our bread and butter is playing our own game. So I think the more that we focus on what we do, how we press, and how we're going to play with each other, that's what helps us get to where we want to be. So regardless of the talent, the length, and all those things, we focus on ourselves and make sure that we bring the best that we can bring for each other out into every game. And when it comes to March Madness and the NCAA, I feel like your talent and all those other things and height kind of gets you there. What keeps you there is how well your team has prepared and just your mentality. Because you're going to be tired, the things aren't going to go well, and you're not going to get calls, but it's how your mentality that keeps you here. So just keeping that mindset moving forward, I think that's really going to help us moving forward into our next game as well.
That was good.
She's good at that stuff.
That was good.
All week, whenever you talk about this weekend, you talk about Ohio State's depth, and the depth is Madison, Eboni. You come off the bench, and a lot of teams' depth is maybe some younger players, but you're coming in with that veteran presence. Tennessee's going to try to speed the game up, and you all like playing fast as well. But how does knowing that they're switching out 5 at a time change how you prepare to come in whenever you know that they're also going to be fresh?
I mean, for me, I'm excited. I mean, I do my best to come out on fire, so, I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I think from all the years of playing, I kind of get excited with teams that do a lot of subbing, just giving you new looks, a new way to score, and just having that flow of basketball. I think that's what makes basketball great. You find different ways to do it, kind of like what Cotie was saying. They cut you off on the baseline, you go the other way. If somebody else is open, you pass the ball. I mean, I think it's simple. But I think it's going to be fun. And like you said, our team loves to play fast. And that, like I said, that's kind of our bread and butter, especially with a younger team. Like, they have that energy. Me and Madison were a little older. I'm not saying that we can't run, you know what I'm saying? But we like our team likes to run. So seeing how I think we're going to really have a lot of fun with this game coming up, especially knowing kind of the history of our two teams playing. Yeah, I'm excited. I really don't have anything else to say but just excitement.
Cotie, during that 24-0 run against Montana State yesterday, it felt like the whole starting lineup was kind of just hitting offensively. How much does that kind of help your game when everyone else in the starting lineups is able to score and just on like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it really impacts me personally. I feel like it impacts the whole team. When we have our starting 5 or just 5 people in general who are scoring double digits, that's usually when we have a positive outcome on the games. So when we can get the ball moving and have confidence in each and every single individual on our team and know that we pass the ball, you shoot that shot, it's going in, it's great. I mean, I feel like it'd be great for anyone, regardless if it's me, Madison, Eboni, whatever. But I feel like just everybody being able to get touches and score the ball on that 24-0 run, it's really cool. I mean, not many teams can do that, but we are definitely one of the teams capable.
And this for anyone, your coach has been talking about consistency throughout the whole season. You guys kept that run from the second quarter into after halftime and third quarter. How important was that to keep the momentum going after halftime?
Yeah, yesterday somebody asked me if I feel like we've played our best basketball this year, and I said no. And not saying yesterday was our best basketball, but I feel like it was definitely up there. That was the closest I think we've played to 40 minutes this whole season. So, I mean, if we just carry that on into tomorrow, but actually start in the first quarter and get going and just carry it on to the fourth quarter like we did yesterday, I mean, we're gonna be fine.
With the game being played at 8 on ESPN tomorrow, does that add any motivation or pressure to be playing on such a big stage in prime time?
I didn't even know it was on ESPN, so no. Also, we are very good at just worrying about what's in front of us. And yeah.
Any other questions?
Just for any of you, obviously, you know it's the last time you're going to be playing at home this year. Just what does that mean to you, and what kind of show do you want to put on for your home crowd?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's a big day tomorrow for, especially me, since I've been here 6 years. I know it is for Eboni. She's been here a little less, but no matter what, all of us seniors that are here, this game means a lot, and it's winner go home, and we need to come out there tomorrow and just give it our all and just have fun at the end of the day. But you want to put on a show for the team, for us, and then also the crowd, and try to get that win, of course. So yeah.
No, I think what makes this year unique is, yes, it being our last, but we also have a team full of kids that it's their first. And I think that's one thing that kind of drives our team, because we have a lot of people driving it from the front. You have people like me and Madison, TT, and all the seniors that are graduating this year that kind of drive it from the back. Cotie kind of drives it from the middle. So we have a lot of driving force, and I think that's what keeps our team in a way centered. And keeps our team motivated, and we have high energy all the time. We just want to win. We want to do it for not only for ourselves, of course, but for each other, for the coaches, and then for the fans. I think they really give us, it's almost unfair for us to be here. They give us a lot of added energy, and we definitely feed off of them. So if anyone's listening, come to the game tomorrow at 8 o'clock. After church, church is early, 8 o'clock's late, perfect time for us. But yeah, no, it's going to be special, especially thinking about how long we've been here and the kind of history that we've been able to build, especially with this leading us into the Sweet 16 and things of that nature, but with it being Tennessee and all those good things. But yeah, I'm excited.
Great. Eboni, Madison, Cotie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, good afternoon, and we'll open the floor up for questions.
Thanks for the time, Coach. Thomas Costello, Langer and Holy Land. Tennessee, you're both teams that play very quickly. Tennessee does try to push the tempo, shooting really quick within the shot clock. How do you make Volunteers then adjust to your plan?
Yeah, no, they played great yesterday. Was really impressed watching them live, and so we know we've got our hands full. And I think obviously we've got to get back in transition and guard them, and try to challenge them at the 3-point line. They made 16 yesterday or something. So that'll be a huge part of the game. They're also really efficient on the offensive boards. And then lastly, we're going to need to take care of the ball and make good decisions at the end of the press offense.
And with how closely the game was called yesterday for Ohio State, how do you balance expecting that again with also trying to press on defense and trying to slow them down on defense? What do you tell the team?
Yeah, we got to play our game, and the games sometimes game to game are called much differently, so it may not be an indication of what it's going to be like for tomorrow.
Brianna McKay, Columbus Dispatch. During that 24-0 run, you had kind of all your starters were kind of starting to hit offensively, and throughout the rest of the game, they all finished in double digits. How much of a better team is this when all the starters are?
Yeah, I think we're at our best when we have balance in our scoring amongst our top players. And I think, yesterday in the second half, we got to a point where we were making the extra pass, which was leading to better shots. And that'll be critical tomorrow because, if we don't turn it over against their press, we'll be playing in advantage situations like we were yesterday in the first half. And, we would drive it in and try to score around the rim over 2 and 3 people instead of making the next pass to an open person. And the way we started the second half, we did that. And so, long story short, we shared the ball in the second half yesterday, and I think that's when we're at our best.
Cotie and some of the players were talking about a text that Cotie sent to the team, just kind of motivating them. Can you talk about how she's just played the leadership role, especially with the new players here on this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think coming into the year, we knew that was going to be one of our biggest challenges. You know, we graduated one of the best leaders we've ever had in this program in J.C. Sheldon last year, and you know, Cotie plays with such emotion and energy that people are going to naturally kind of gravitate towards her and kind of go with that flow. So, just working on her to really create positive energy out there, and I think everybody really feeds off that really well.
Coach, I think Cotie said that was as close as you guys have been to playing a full 40 minutes, maybe all year. How satisfied were you with the performance yesterday, and what do you specifically need to improve upon against Tennessee?
Yeah, I thought we played a good 25 minutes, and I think the first 15 minutes were very good. And I think 25 minutes won't win tomorrow, so we'll have to play even closer to 40 tomorrow than we did yesterday.
And then Ava Watson, how difficult is it of a situation to kind of be thrust back in right in the thick of the NCAA tournament? And I guess, what were your takeaways from how she sort of got into the flow yesterday? Yeah,
it's hard. She's been out for a while, and to come in an NCAA tournament game as a freshman, especially where you haven't played in a few weeks, is difficult. But hopefully, just being able to play yesterday and be on the court and will help her get her rhythm back. Because I think she could be really instrumental tomorrow. And with their style of play, we're going to have to play a lot of people to try to stay fresh. And so it's kind of all hands on deck. We need everybody to show up and be ready.
Coach Steve Hellwagon with Bucknuts. Elsa, is there an update maybe on her status, or you hopeful that she'll be able to make a go of it?
She's day-to-day, but she looked good today, so we're cautiously optimistic we'll have her for tomorrow.
And just what they were able to do, moving the ball and getting the ball to open shooters in that second quarter was kind of uncanny. You saw 29-9, they outscored South Florida. They just exploded on them. Just what do you do when they hit a couple to get that rhythm kind of stopped before they run away with it?
Yeah, they played great in general yesterday. The second quarter especially was really impressive. And so we know that we've got our hands full, and we've got to challenge them at the three-point line. And they got a lot of open ones yesterday, and if they give them too many open threes, they're going to make a high percentage of them. So it'll be a challenge for us defensively to make sure we can get there and contest them at the three-point line.
Cora Hall, Knox News Sentinel. Obviously, there's some differences in the way both teams press, but just going up against a team that kind of similar, both like on transition, both are going to press the whole game. Do you like having a matchup like that where it's kind of similar?
Yeah, it's going to be probably be somewhat entertaining. I don't know, but they, their team is built for it. They've got a lot of depth. They've got a lot of athleticism. They've got a lot of length, and so they're difficult from that standpoint to play against. And so we know, one, we're going to have to stay extremely organized against the press. When we do break it, make really good decisions at the back end of it. And at the same time, we've got to put some pressure on them that they just can't get I think part of the thing yesterday was this, they kind of got the ball up the floor and kind of did whatever they want. And so hopefully our press can have some effectiveness of not letting them just walk it up and do whatever they want.
And then Talasia Cooper has had a snake for them defensively, and obviously does a lot of offensively. Just what kind of stands out about her and game playing for a player like her?
Yeah, she was terrific yesterday. She played really, really well. I was very impressed with her. I've seen her on TV, but to see her live and in person, she's very impressive. And she's got long arms, and she's got kind of a knack for tipping balls or getting her hands on the basketballs when you're trying to go by her. And so we've got to be real careful with the ball around her, and also somehow, some way, got to take her out of her rhythm because she looked really comfortable shooting the three yesterday.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Corey.
Tennessee didn't have their best rebounding day yesterday, but just what kind of you expect from the battle on the boards, and how key will that be in the matchup tomorrow?
Well, they didn't have to rebound too many because they made so many shots. So hopefully we make them offensive rebound because we got to get them to miss first. And so that will be a big part of it, though, because they are a very efficient rebounding team when they do miss.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow.